They are the bridge between the Triumvirate's Order of Books and the Jion Order. Welcome to this continuation of my DireLands system-agnostic dark fantasy campaign setting. My name is Adam, and in this episode I will be discussing the priestly order of the Domhain Clach in DireLands. If you appreciate the development of this campaign setting or the features of other games on this channel, I'd like to invite you to consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can even purchase tabletop role-playing games using my affiliate link in the description below. While the priestly order of the Domhain Clach is relatively young compared to the First Nation people of Far Lest, it dates back to before the men from the West first arrived on the continent. The order was founded by the first son, acolyte Hesiro Shea. He was believed to have been touched by the gods back when the men from the West could remember their homeland. The gods, when the wildlands covered nearly all of Ciard Vonnig, reached out to those mortals they created and granted them the ability to tap into the primal forces of the world. These primal forces were what the gods themselves created, and in some circles believe they drew upon to create life. When they granted this gift to mortals, it was used in many different ways by the disparate races. Men who were born to ponder, create, and destroy formed organizations to celebrate the gods. The Domhain Clach was not the first organization to spring up, but it was one of the few which lasted. For millennia, this organization has carried down the traditions of old. Even now in the current Frozen Age epic, or FA, when few believe the gods ever walked the world, they continue giving homage in ritual and structure. The Order worships all gods as aspects of nature and mortal expressions. Some may truly believe in anthropomorphic forms of the gods, but the strictures of the faith teach them to be aspirational metaphors rather than literal beings. Time tends to dull the memories of men. There was a dark time in Domhain Clach's deep history when the men first arrived from the West, when a faction of the Order tried to integrate with the First Nations people in order to unite with them, but it didn't last more than a century. For the First Nations people twisted the Order's rituals in their own more primitive forms, including mortal sacrifice and the consumption of mortal flesh. This stain on the Order's history, which persists regionally to this day, caused a rift between the Biochte and the First Nations people, and it's believed that this was the first blow which ended in all-out war and the defining of nations and their borders. The Order was not wholly altruistic, however. Even in their original continent, the Domhain Clach was keyed into positions of power, leveraging their divine authority to enrich themselves and exert power through politically connected influence. There was even a span of time when the Order tried to place its first son, acolyte Rhaego Jute III, in 1623 AM, or after men arrived from the West, as emperor. This was when they first subdued the First Nations people. But the men from Bressis remembered why they were forced to migrate from their homeland and had the first son assassinated. Not only did this stifle the aspirations of future first sons, but it inspired the development of the Triumvirate, as First Knight Commander Anthony Key was close friends with acolyte Leonard Fry, the new first son. Acolyte Fry had intimate knowledge about Maga Yule and leveraged it to blackmail him into allowing the Domhain Clach to be the bridge between the burgeoning Triumvirate's Order of Books with the Jion Order, the historian, alchemist, and scientific research society of Bressis. This granted the Domhain Clach incredible influence and authority over the development of Bressis as a nation. If they couldn't sit on the throne, they would certainly direct whomever did. The Domhain Clach is led by the first son, who oversees religious dictates, defines rituals, and observes national holidays. He's backed by the Order of Trey, which oversees institutional strictures. They create missions, assign cardinals to regional domains, and even have an arm of their order called the Doves, which is believed to run a spy and assassin ring. You can imagine the public face of the Domhain Clach to be one of sanctity, humility, and grace, but behind the scenes, they are ruthless and authoritarian. They currently have secret wars which are being waged against the wildlands in Kalia and Locastin, spies embedded in the Bilgos and Gaulex, and plans to overthrow the Emperor of Bressis should he continue refusing to hand over the rights of access to Bressis's wildlands. While the administration and secret orders of the Domhain Clach are corrupt, the missions and domains the Order oversees, and certainly those priests who run them, do genuinely care for the citizens they serve. They are pious and truly worship the gods in the manner which the Order was originally founded. One can imagine a time in the near future where a schism is formed between those administering the Order and those serving the people of Bressus. But that is an event best left to your home campaigns. Will you stand up against the powerful and dangerous influence of the Domhain Clach, or join them in their efforts to control the nation of Bressus? Can any religious order survive the aspirations of those administering it? And finally, what will be the repercussions of the Order waging war on the homeland of the gods? The future of these DireLands are in your hands. Thank you for watching today's DireLands Fantasy Campaign Setting episode. Please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, liking and commenting on this video, and if you enjoyed this episode, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. Always remember that evil spelled backwards is live, so get out there and be evil.